Have you ever wondered why petrol prices fluctuate so often? One day you're filling up for a reasonable price, the next it's skyrocketed. It's like a roller coaster ride, but without the fun and excitement. Well, the mystery behind this phenomenon isn't as complicated as you might think. Petrol prices aren't just plucked out of thin air. They are influenced by a myriad of factors that seem distant but are in fact closely linked to our everyday lives. From the oil-rich countries that control supply, to the international cartels that influence the market, and even global events like political unrest and natural disasters, all play their part in the grand scheme of petrol prices. Yet there's more to this story, including the surprising benefits and drawbacks of these price changes, and how they affect us all. Intriguing, isn't it? So let's delve into the whys and hows of petrol price fluctuations, shall we? First, let's take a quick world tour to meet the countries that hold the keys to our petrol prices. Picture this, a global stage where the lead roles are played by countries such as Saudi Arabia, the United States, and Russia. These countries are the titans of oil, the ones who make the world go round, or at least keep our engines running. Saudi Arabia, with its vast desert sands, is not just a land of camels and date palms, it's also a land brimming with the liquid gold that is oil. Then we have the United States, a powerhouse of innovation and technology, extracting oil from the deepest depths, be it land or sea. And of course, Russia, a country that's as vast as it is rich in oil. These countries, among others, have a significant influence over the global oil prices. So, when they sneeze, the world might just catch a cold, metaphorically speaking, of course. So, these countries are the big players in the game. But how does their oil end up in your car's tank? Ever heard of OPEC? No, it's not a brand of cereal. It's the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Now, this isn't your average club. OPEC is a powerhouse, a cartel made up of 13 countries that together control a whopping 60% of the world's oil reserves. Imagine that. OPEC's primary role: to coordinate and unify petroleum policies among its member countries. In simpler terms, they decide how much oil gets produced and when. And because they control so much of the world's oil, their decisions have a massive impact on petrol prices globally. Think of it this way. If OPEC decides to limit oil production, there's less oil available. And as we all learned in Economics 101, when supply goes down, prices go up. On the flip side, if OPEC increases production, there's more oil in the market and prices generally drop. So OPEC is like the puppet master pulling the strings. But what happens when the puppet master decides to play a different tune? Higher petrol prices can feel like a punch in the wallet, but they're not all bad news. When petrol prices soar, it can stir up a wave of frustration. No one enjoys shelling out more for the same amount of petrol, especially when it seems like the price just keeps climbing. But let's flip the coin and look at the brighter side of things. High petrol prices can act as a catalyst for change, pushing us to explore and embrace alternative energy sources. Think electric cars, hybrid vehicles, solar power, and wind energy. All these eco-friendly alternatives get a boost when petrol prices rise. On the economic front, though, it's a bit of a mixed bag. High petrol prices can squeeze personal budgets and put a damper on consumer spending. They can also drive up the cost of goods and services that rely on transportation, which can lead to inflation. So, while we might not enjoy paying more at the pump, there's always a silver lining. We all use oil in some way or another. But who are the biggest users? The transportation sector is the heaviest oil consumer, followed by industrial, residential, and commercial sectors. Now imagine a world where oil prices skyrocket. Your flight tickets might cost a pretty penny, and online shopping could become a luxury with increased delivery charges. So, from the airplane you take for your holiday to the delivery truck that brings your online shopping, they're all affected by oil prices. So, we've taken a whirlwind tour of the world of oil prices. We've unraveled the mystery of fluctuating petrol costs, journeyed through the world's oil-rich nations, and got acquainted with the oil cartel. We've weighed the pros and cons of high and low petrol prices, and explored who uses oil and its impact on us. It's been quite the ride, hasn't it? If you found this video helpful and want to see more valuable content like this, please consider giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button below. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with our latest videos and join our growing community of savvy viewers. Don't miss out.